Mhm.
Okay, so now there's a story online that I've heard about you. I wanted to check with you to see if it's true. It says that you and Al Pacino were working together at a theater in the early 70s. Any truth to that?
Yes, it's totally it's totally true.
What's that story?
Yeah, Al and I were. In fact, I tell the story that I ran into Al. Had it been about 7 years ago. I live in Midtown Manhattan, and he was hanging out with a couple of his buddies. And I said, Al, do you remember when we both worked for the Swift messenger service? In those days, it was on foot. And I said, for $1.65 an hour.
My God.
And he said, no, Ron, $1.35 an hour. Yeah.
What were you guys doing? So you were a messenger service? Was that like the 70s text messaging, or what was that?
No, no, we didn't have anything like that back then. We ran messages on foot,
My
you know,
goodness.
to no messages to different people. And I don't remember specifically too much. I know we were taking the subway a lot and running around. Then we'd meet for coffee afterwards and talk about actors. It's sort of ironic in a way that we talked a lot about Marlon Brando, and then what happened. Al's first big break is with Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, and people say, that you both broke into films. Now, wait a minute now. I'm not Al Pacino. I wouldn't say that. We both broke into films. I didn't quite reach his status, you know. But yeah, he was a great kid. We laughed a lot, and he loved acting. He was poor. We both were poor. He had holes in his shoes, and he wore this old Air Force Airman Third Class Chevron air coat, and he had real long hair, and but always happy and always like doing a different project. I saw him in a couple of things and off Broadway, Cafe Chino, and then even before he made The Godfather, he was on Broadway because he had done a hit off Broadway show called The Indian, Does a Tiger Wear a Necktie? No, that The Indian Wants the Bronx, and then he did a Broadway show called Does a Tiger Wear a Necktie? And then I sort of lost track of him, but we were not friends; we were acquaintances.